this is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature, and I am so excited because Starlight doesn't have to go to work this morning, and I don't have any work tonight to go to, so I was like, I am all excited about going out to a new hiking place. So anyway, I just want to reach out to all of you. I hope you are, like being the stars that you are. We are all made out of stardust, so shine like the star that you are. When you get out in public, just, like be that light to other people that could definitely use some sunshine in their life. So really it's how to start your day off in a good way is to be friendly and like I said, shine like the star that you are. So anyway, here I am out in I'm not even sure where I am, actually what town I'm in, but this is out here near Schenectady, or it could be Schenectady, but this is my very first time for this hiking trail. So I show you the map, and it's like Lisha-Kill Natural Area. So anyway, beep. I hope that you're all able to get out in nature, and you might have beautiful weather, the sun's shining, and it could be like 70 out, or even warmer. But today I am not complaining in my area. It's not that bad. It feels almost like 50 right now, but I know the sun is out here somewhere, but the clouds are kind of covering it up right now. But anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can give my videos a thumbs up. Before I forget, you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman. Besides giving my videos a thumbs up, you can also share my videos. Yeah, you guys could share my videos with a family, a friend. And please, the more we share these videos with other people, not only my YouTube channel would grow, is also people can get the kind of help that we really want them to get, to help people wake up, help people to be kind to each other, and all kinds of goodies Starlight has on her YouTube channel. So the other thing I want to throw in is don't forget to check out my playlist. I just thought of this the other day. I'm like, wonder, really check out my playlist. You never know what other topics that you might be interested in, so I have lots of different topics on my playlist, so don't be afraid to check those out. Also, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook with Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So here we go. Okay, today I kind of was going to talk about you. Wait a minute, hang on. Today I am going to talk about you, but I'm not going to talk bad about you. I'm going to talk good about you. So that is what this video is all about. I'm going to talk with you. So here we go. I just seen a couple guys, good energy I got from them. We're all excited because today is really a beautiful, the temperature wise, even though the sun's not quite out. I'm like, sunshine, can you come out and play? Because Starlight wants you to come out. Starlight would love to have you come out to play today, sunshine. So, so anyway, here we are out on this new hiking trail. And I just had an amazing phone call this morning, so I am really shocked that I never know what the universe is going to do. And it just was a beautiful time. I don't know, I might have talked for an hour to somebody. So what a great conversation to have. And anyway, today I want to talk to all of you. Yeah, you guys. And tell you that, what, it's all about you. This is all about you. I had an appointment this morning. I kind of got a little late, but it was okay. I didn't have like a set appointment. And there's one of the workers where I go on certain days of the week twice a week, every week. And one of the ladies at this place wasn't quite feeling good. You know, she's going through some stuff. You know, her body is going through some things, and she just was at the doctor's. And so she told me, you know, I could tell, because that's how Starlight is, you know, because she's at work, and she's like, well, you know, she was opening up, and I love when people do that, when they tell you stuff that they don't need to, but they do. And I love when people open up to me. You know, I would love to get connected to all of you. You know, you could tell me anything and everything. But she's like, yeah, you know, I just was at the doctor's, and, you know, so today I'm not really feeling my all. And she goes, well, you know, I'm thinking about maybe I should, you know, call it quits for the day because she's not feeling good. And I encouraged it, you know. I'm just going to scroll through here. This is so, I love hiking trails like this. I love the trees. But anyway, this lady wasn't feeling so good, and I encouraged her to, yeah, you need to, it's all about you. So hang on, beep. So in life, if you are not feeling good, don't worry about other people. Is that you really need to listen to your body and really take the time off that you need, and don't worry about everybody else. And it's so important that you take care of you. So here we go. I'll show you this beautiful, look at this. This is made out of like cement or something. That's awesome. So yeah, in life, I just had a couple hikers out here, but in life, you know, I know Starlight has a hard time with that. If I am, you know, if I got a job and I have to, you know, I'm not feeling good, and, you know, where sometimes we might guilty about, you know, like taking time off. And, you know, and that's what I told this lady this morning, and that's why I decided to make this video just for you, is don't worry, you know, it happens, you know, sometimes, you know, we're not feeling good, and you know, we either don't make it to work, you know, or we made it into work, you know, where you didn't really feel good before you even went in, you know, and but you made yourself go in. And a lot of times that happens is because we're so worried about what other people are going to think when we, you know, call out of work, you know, because if you've been around on planet Earth for a while, you know that some people, they might lie and say that they're not feeling good and take time off of work, and then people find out about it, and then, you know, rumors and gossip goes around the workplace, and like, oh yeah, she said she was sick, but then Sally seen Susan over there, you know, like hanging out and having fun, but here she was supposed to be sick, you know. So that's why Starlight doesn't like to work for any company, because a lot of times drama and gossip happens, you know, and I really can't handle that at all. So and that's what happens to a lot of times is with us, is that we're so afraid of what other people think. And then the other thing is that some of you might, like Starlight, you might, you know, like feel like, oh, you know, I gotta go to this job because people need me, you know, like they won't be able to do their job, or, you know, something, you know, if I don't go to work, then, you know, the job that I would do won't get done. And it just goes on and on and on, how you end up having like a guilt trip, why you can't, you know, like why you have, you know, you might feel pressured that you have to go to work, like I gotta go to work, you know. And then there's a lot of times this happens is that you're like, oh, I don't feel good, and you know, but if I take today off, even though my body's saying you need to take this day off, is that, you know, like the other thing that can happen to you is that I can't afford to take today off. I know if I take today off, is that the next week when I get my paycheck, it's going to go down the number, you know, I'm not going to make that much money, you know, and, you know, how am I going to pay for everything, you know, because maybe you're behind on all your bills, or, you know, maybe it's you know, a bad time of the year for you for, you know, maybe you just got done paying for a lot of stuff, or maybe you're saving money for something, and, you know, like you're over analyzing on all this stuff, whether you should take that day off or not, you know. And I just was working with one of the employees where I work right now, and you know, she didn't eat all day, and she was being drained of her energy, and we were gonna do another job, you know, like, and she, in the beginning, it's kind of funny how this went, is in the beginning, because I didn't know what time we were going to get done with work, because that's how this job is, but at first, in the beginning, she was wanting to really get that, you know, like, instead of 3 jobs, to add a 4th job in there so she didn't have to do it today. And I was like, oh, you know, like, I got to wake up at 7 in the morning. I am not going to, you know, I didn't know how long it was going to take for this job to get done. And I wasn't going to do one of those nights of getting done at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I let her know that, hey, I got to wake up in the morning at 7. You know, I got to be at a place at 7 o'clock in the morning. And it is something, you know, because later on through the night, you know, I could tell earlier in the night that this lady didn't look like she had her full energy, and it was because she didn't eat. Well, that's why this video is made for all of you, you know. So really, the number one most important thing is to take care of you. So I told the co-worker last night, you know, when we got done with the 3 jobs, and she was telling me she didn't really feel that good, and she felt drained. And I'm going to show you the water over here, is I let her know, hey, you know, and you know, it is funny because it was kind of early last night. And so I decided, hey, before I realized that she wasn't feeling good, I was thinking, hey, we can do that 4th job because it's still early. And but then once I found out she wasn't feeling good, you know, and didn't eat, I immediately let her know that, hey, you know what? We don't have to do that 4th job, you know, because you really need to take care of you right now, you know. And that's what this is why I'm making this video for these 2 different ladies that, you know, we're not feeling their all, is don't worry about what other people are, you know, you know what, they're gonna talk anyway, right? So who cares of what they think or what their thoughts are, or maybe sometimes this happens, is sometimes, believe me, this happens sometimes we get so used to people saying stuff in a negative way that we instantly think that people are thinking a negative way. And sometimes it could be your imagination, you know, getting away with you, overthinking and stuff like that. So you do have to be careful with that, because not everybody is, you know, in their headspace thinking, oh, she's just, you know, like taking a day off, you know, like maybe she's not really sick, or, you know, so you gotta really remember that your thoughts are not your own. So you might get thoughts of thinking, oh, you know, I don't know what people are gonna think of me, and, you know, like how this is gonna affect everybody else. You know, like if I take time off, but, you know, what good are you if you force yourself to stay there and there's something, you know, you could end up being worse off because you didn't take that time off. And now, you know, it could cause you to even get sicker, where instead of just taking that 1 day off, where, you know, where if you don't take care of yourself, like if you're coming down with something, it might be worse, and you might have to take, you know, a week off from work. So it's really so important not to worry about what other people think, and or the thoughts that you have in your head that you think are your thoughts, because Starlight has done that many times in her life, thinking, oh, they're probably thinking this about me, or oh, they're probably thinking that of me, you know. And it's always negative things. It really isn't anything positive that might come to your mind, you know, of you wanting to take a day off, and how, you know, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty, you know. And that's what happens to Starlight. A lot of times I'm like, oh, you know, if I take the day off, like when I had my cleaning business, when everything was going good, I was like, oh, if I take the day off, then their house is not gonna be clean, they're gonna, their house is gonna be dirty. You know, really, I don't want to say it this way, but who cares? Really, what matters is that you're taking care of yourself and that you take the time off, that you need, and you get your rest, get your food that you need, because you don't want to not take care of yourself and ignore those issues, because it could get worse, and then just like a car. Now I got to throw a car in this, is like right now Starlight's got to get brakes, and I never can tell when I need brakes until the mechanic tells me that I need brakes. But I've learned through my life, if your brakes get bad, you want to get them fixed right away before they get so bad where not just only you got to get the brakes fixed, now you got to get the rotors fixed, and that's just goes right along with you can learn a lot. I swear, like, people that are mechanics and doctors, I'm like, wow, you guys, it seems like you guys have a lot in common, like how there's men or women that can fix cars, and it's like, I look at a car like body parts, different body parts to a body. You got I wish I was a mechanic to tell you all the different parts of the car that is similar to, like your body. Like, say, for instance, the computer part of the car might be, I don't know, either the heart or brain. So you definitely, just like your car, if you hear some funky noise going on, you want to kind of get it checked out. Find out, what is that noise? That doesn't sound good. And just like your body, you might have stuff going on with your body, and you might think, oh, it might be nothing. But really, it's good to get things checked out on your body, because it could be a sign of something, that's coming. And if you don't get it checked out, it could get worse, where, if you get checked out by the doctors, at least they can possibly stop anything further coming on in your health, like any cancers or illnesses, or, so there's times people might not want to go to the doctors because they're afraid, or it could be, I can't afford to go to the doctors right now, to get a checkup. But, really, you think about it, is when it comes down to money, not getting checked out because you can't afford it, is if you don't get it checked out, it could cost you, a lot of paychecks, not just one. So it would be better to get things checked out early. That way it doesn't cost a lot later on. And let me just scan here. But yeah, this is a lot of trees. Down below is the stream of water. So the other thing besides your health, so if you're not feeling good, you know what? Don't freaking care about anybody, what they, what you think they think, or even what they say, or if they talk behind your back, like a lot of businesses, you got coworkers that, like to stir up trouble and run their mouth. Is, who cares? Take the time off that you need. That is my point on the whole thing of your health, is you gotta, and like the two ladies, I encouraged the lady this morning, yes, take time off. It is all about you, and I hope she did. And the last night, the co-worker, this is beautiful. I wish the sun's not out yet, but this is if I can zoom this in, this is a very beautiful view here. But it would be beautiful-er if the sun was shining out. But that's a streamer. It's so funny how my phone zooms in at times and other times it doesn't. But yeah, so I just hope the lady took the rest of the day off, and I hope that they called another staff in, because kind of like a machine, or a computer, if not all the parts are there, it doesn't function right. So just like a business, you know, when you might have patients in there and you're short-staffed, well, now it's going to slow everything down for the day. But hopefully they called up another staff that could come in at that place, so then things kind of run smooth. But for don't worry about all that stuff. The thing is to really love yourself enough that you're like, you know what, I need to go home. I don't really feel good, you know. So the other thing I want to reach out to all of you about is to, you know, this is all about you, is to remember that in life that you might want to try to explore different things in your life, or, you know, you might be going in one direction, and then because Starlight's done this, you might be like, you know, I'm going in this direction, and now I don't want to go in that direction. Kind of like even like trails or going down the road or whatever. Sometimes we're going like on this path. I could say, oh yeah, I want to go on this path, and then I decide, you know what, I want to go this way instead of that way. Where just like in your life, you know, you might go a certain way, and people might get used to you doing like a certain job, and then you're like, you know what, I want to change things up. I want to do something different. This job is not serving me anymore. I just, you know, I did it for years, and you know what, I want to better myself. And a lot of times when you try to do that, you might have family or friends or even coworkers, you know, that might say, no, don't do that. Stay here, you know. Coworkers could say, no, don't do that, you know. And so you're going to have people that might try to pull you back from you to like evolving in life, you know. And it is kind of funny how they do this. Is sometimes when you end a job that's not serving you, is people will talk behind your back when you leave, and oh yeah, Starlight quitted her job. She quit. I am bettering myself is how I look at it. I used to get so frustrated with that, the way people word that. Oh yeah, you know, like acting like you're a quitter now, you know, because you might realize something about the job that is, you know, what's going on at your job place. Are you happy, number one? Or at your job place, do you dread going to work? You know, do you, you know, you set your alarm clock at night, and right when you're setting, you know, you're great the whole day, and then it's like Monday. The whole weekend, you're fine. Not fine, but you're doing great through the whole weekend. You enjoy time with your family or even by yourself, going out hiking like Starlight. And then Monday comes by. Well, actually, Sunday night, you got to go to work on Monday morning. So you set your alarm clock, and right when you're actually setting your alarm clock for the next day, or, you know, or looking at your alarm clock or whatever, that there's a feeling inside that says, oh, tomorrow I got to go to work again. Have you been there? Are you there right now? Are you there right now where you're like, you know, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I really don't. And it's not that you're a lazy person. Not at all. It has nothing to do with being lazy. It's just that there's something about the job that, you know, like doesn't really make you feel the way you want to feel. It could be the boss. It could be, you know, maybe things are upside down at your job, you know. It could be, these are things that, reasons why Starlight would leave a place, which she actually is going to coming up right now, is just a little note here, is that Starlight was able to pay for her full car insurance, so I don't have another payment until March. But so now I don't even care what happens. I got my insurance paid, so I'm ready to, you know, look for another job. And so you might be at a job where, man, there's, you know, people are lying to you. People are talking behind people's backs. People are in drama and gossiping. There's no communications. You're not getting paid what you're worth. It's disorganized. I mean, how many things can go wrong at a job? Let me see. The boss doesn't really care. You're being treated like a slave. You feel like you're being used. What else? You call people up and they don't call you back. So these things do happen where you're like, my job is to do this. And this person's job, you're supposed to call this person up to let them know, hey, sorry, but this is not a good fit for me at this cleaning business or wherever you work, whatever job you have. Say, you know what, I'm sorry, but I really got to move on. I got to get a different job. And it's not that you're quitting. It's that you're bettering yourself. So, ignore when people, you get that thought of like, you're not quitting, you're looking for something better to improve in your life. So don't feel guilty that you might have to go get another job. If you dread the next day, like, ooh, I got to go in at work, and you're like, oh no, before you even get there, you're like, oh no, who am I going to work with? Like, what kind of person are they? Sometimes you might go at a job where, you might have to spend some time alone with another coworker, and you're like, oh no, every time that particular, you start getting to know your coworkers and the kind of person and personality that they are, and then you're like, oh no, I dread going to work because every time, and I don't want to get in the drama, but every time you get with that person, they're on drama mode, and there's always something going on the next time when you see them, or they're, they could be talking really bad about other coworkers, and they say if you're around people and if they're backstabbing other people, then they're more than likely they're going to be talking behind your back, where you're like, I am not even looking forward to going to work. And sometimes we might not even understand why is it we feel the way we do as we're heading to work, going, oh, I don't want to go to work, and it's not, some people don't want to go to work because they are lazy. They want a paycheck. They want the money, but they don't want to do the job. And the other thing is that they don't want to do the work. And the other thing is that they don't do their job right. They might do it halfway, they're not a way that's pleasing to God at all. They just might do it, because their heart is not in it, so then they don't do their best. Where Starlight is, the universe, God has worked on me, not that I've been a perfect employee, but a couple years ago, God was showing me some areas where I had to change, so, and I'll tell you what, I was learning my lessons, and I have learned my lessons. So, so that when it comes to work, not that we're ever going to be perfect, we're going to have some flaws, like even going to a job, but you want to do the very best. And if your heart is not in that job, that means that you need to find another job. There's nothing wrong with you. It just means that it's not a good fit for you. You got to find a job that you can, like you're like, hey, I'm looking forward to going to work. My boss treats me good. My boss cares about me. My boss is looking out for me for my safety. There's communication going on. When I call up, like the person that, is supposed to answer the phone and call me back, when I leave a message, they call me back. Where it's pretty bad when you're trying to call up and give them your, like, hey, I'm calling up to let you know that this job is not a good fit for me. So I'm letting you know that I am going to find a different job somewhere else where, you know, it could be so bad where the people that are supposed to do their job aren't even doing their job. You know, where you leave a message, you know, if you're going to give a notice of that you're not going to work at a company, you don't want to leave that message on the phone. Is that I like to just say, hey, you know, this is Starlight, can you call me back? And this is my number. And if they don't call you up and you want to give them your notice saying, hey, sorry, but I got to go get a different job. And, you know, and it's a great example why I want to leave this company. I mean, like, I'm trying to do my part as an employee to say, hey, I'm letting you know that Starlight's taking off, looking for a better job. And they don't even, you know, return your calls. So, and that's a great example of why, you know, because I never, you know, you might say, what the heck, you know, but it's a test. God will test you out. God will test you out. There's times you might get a job and you're like, wow, you're so excited. Oh, I finally got a job. But what kind of job did you get yourself into? You know, are you getting paid what it's worth? Are you happy with the job? Is things running smooth? Is it running smooth for you? Or is it a battle the whole way? Are you battling every time? You know, you go to work and you're like, oh my, you know, it could be just so upside down. And, you know, you might even hear other co-workers that are complaining outwardly, you know, and you hear them and you're like, wow, I thought I was the only one that could see that. But, you know, a lot of times other co-workers will see what you're seeing, you know, but they feel like they got to be stuck at that job. And don't be one of those people. Understand that you are not forced to stay at that job. A lot of people like, I have to have this job, you know, they pay so much money for this job. You know what? Understand, if you let go of that job, God will bless you with a better job. You know, that you might even get more money. It's a peace of mind. You got to have a peace of mind, you know, at your work. Hang on. So, don't just take a job that you're going to be miserable and it causes you a lot of stress, because how is that going to help you out? You know, are you getting paid what you're worth at your job? You know, are you thinking about quitting your job? You know, maybe you ought to quit your job so you can actually get a job that will serve you and that you can be happy with. Hello. So yeah, don't feel like you have to stay at any job. And is the location right? You know, you got to ask yourself all these questions. I mean, is it your gas money? And I just realized the time went flying on this video. Is hang on. But yeah, it is so important. If you are not looking forward to going back to work, you know, it is something is that you can let go of that job. And there's times, you know, people will give their notice, and some people do this, say like, well, you know, I'm gonna stay to this job until I get another job. Can you handle that time? You know, what if things are so upside down and backwards inside out that, you know, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I got to have more money. I got to have money to pay everything, you know, and I understand that. And where with Starlight, she ain't got nothing to lose, is, you know, it's so important that you get a job that you're a good fit for. And I know I got to end this video, but it's up to you. I can't force you to, you know, like think about getting another job, but you're the one that's got to figure it out on your own, whether you should get another job or not. And make sure you're taking good care of yourself. That's what the beginning of this video is about, is it's all about you. Forget about all of those people out there and their opinions, and, you know, it might be you're thinking of their thoughts, but your thoughts are not your own. So don't always believe all those thoughts, because those thoughts can stop you from making the right decision. And that has tripped me up more than I can count. You know, I always thought, you know, like they're thinking, you know, I can pick up their thoughts and know what they're thinking. And, you know, I don't want them to look at me like that. Forget about it, really. because those thoughts are not your own. So anyway, I love all of you. Is number one, take care of you. Don't care about what other people might think or what people say or think. Make sure you make the right decision on doing what's best for you. And if you have a family, that you're supporting and loving, or loving and supporting, that it's good for all of you. That because if you're healthy and feeling fine, that's gonna help your family out and feel the same way. But if you're stressed out on your job, it's going to cause a lot of stress to your family. If you have one, like a husband or a wife or children, you're going to react maybe in not such a good way to your loved ones. So that's why it's so important to be happy and content with the job that you have. And I love you so much. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can share. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can share my videos with your family, your friends, your cat, your dog, your chipmunk. So, yeah, you could share my videos, and also you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. I gotta watch out because there's a lot of roots out here from the tree. I could trip Starlight, be a tripping star. I don't know. But anyway, be the stars that you are and shine like the star that you are. And because we are all made out of stardust. And anyway, I got so many other videos that I want to make, and I can't wait for the other topics that I will have. So anyway, this is Starlight. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.